Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Blow Daz.
Michael Aidan.
Here we are, Sports Edition. Everything sports, bringing you all types of things, from stadiums to, you name it, basketball, everything in between. Yeah. Michael Phelps, the greatest athlete in the history of humanity.
Would you agree with that?
It's hard not to, isn't it? I mean, the guy's got more gold medals than the Olympic Committee. Anyone else in the Olympics altogether, combined. You know, I think he's got every gold medal that ever existed. No, he's one of the... he's probably the best swimmer that's ever.
Probably.
Yeah. No, I mean, up to now, I mean, you've had some great swimmers, haven't you? You've had Thorpe, you've had Leo Marshall now, who's coming through.
I don't think he's better than Phelps.
No one's better than Phelps in swimming.
Yeah. Definitely the best swimmer.
The greatest athlete in the history of humanity. He's definitely an argument.
He's an argument, yeah, 100%. But it's just whether you think like.
I reckon if you go out to the world and you sort of like say who's the best athlete ever that's ever lived. Phelps is definitely going to be mentioned a lot.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I'm trying to think of other people that you might throw in that same, the same sort of mix. You're obviously going to get the greatest sort of like of people of their sports. Your Michael Jordans,
Ronaldo or Messi.
Yeah, correct. Your Tom Brady's of the world.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, you're going to get things like that. They're the greatest athletes for their sports, and Phelps is the greatest one for swimming, obviously. But the greatest athlete in the history of humanity. What goes into swimming is it's as we know, you're a swimmer. Your brother was a swimmer. It's very, very intense. What goes into it. Let's see what this has got to say. He might give us a bit more of an idea of what it's about. But he's definitely in the argument of the greatest athlete in history.
100%.
Let's get into it.
Oh, what have you done now, mate?
Done nothing. See, just messing around.
Just press the actual play button.
Staring at the black line on the bottom of the swimming pool for 3 to 5 hours a day really isn't the most enjoyable thing, and it's not the easiest thing to do. But I think when you have a goal that's important enough to you, nothing will stand in your way.
He's talking to Albert Einstein then.
I had some things that bothered me from 2012, losing the 200 fly, not being as prepared as I should have been. And over the last 2 years, I really I changed my whole life, really. I focused everything on the sport. I was in bed by 10 o'clock. I was getting the right amount of recovery. I was taking care of my body away from the pool. So all the little small things that I did in my earlier stages of my career, I went back to and did them this time around. And my results in Rio were good. For me, at the age of 31, to be able to come back and to be able to finish how I did, for me, this is how I want to retire. I wanted to hang my suit up my way, and that's it. I think for me, going in this next chapter of my life, starting that sort of transitioning into things that I'm passionate about.
The only thing I would argue with it about because people would just argue how many medals he's got as being the best athlete, isn't like swimming probably the easiest to get more medals because he does multiple races every Olympics.
Yeah, he does multiple events, but you've also got to take into consideration that's only the Olympics. I think they're only Olympic medals he's showing there.
Yeah.
You'll also have to go to championships and the whatever swimming meets.
But every time you see the Olympics though, when whoever the best swimmer is, like Leo Marshall this one, he got 4 medals, didn't he? Because he was in 4. No other sport really has doing it, competing for 4 medals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's obviously he's probably even more impressive at the same time.
Carl Lewis did the 100, the 200, and the long jump, didn't he?
I don't know.
So so it's probably before your time. But people remember Carl Lewis. He was he had gold medal in the long jump and the 100 meters and 200 meters, and probably the 100 meter relay. Things like that.
Yeah.
So they do, the things like where he might win in the 400 meter relay. You men, a 100 meter sprinter can go in the 100 meter relay.
Yeah.
So there's them sort of events as well where there is crossover where you can win more than one gold medal as a runner, as an athletics event, and you can with the swimming as well.
Yeah.
The relays and stuff like. But now they've even got the mixed relays in the swimming. So if that was about when Phelps was swimming, he probably could have won another 4 gold medals.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Well, for me, when I was 15, when I signed my first contract, I said I wanted to change the sport of swimming. And over 16 years, swimming it's night and day different than it was in 2000. So, for me, that's one step that's happened. I wanted to do something that nobody had ever done before. And that started with a dream and a goal. I wanted to be the greatest of all time. I went 5 straight years without missing a single day of workout, 365 days a year. Every single day I was in the water. And in the sport of swimming, when you miss one day, it takes you 2 days to get back. So I was already I was continuing to build on that throughout that time. And you know, that was kind of just how I was. There are days you're not gonna wanna do it, sure. And everybody has those days. But it's what you do on those days that help you move forward. You know, for me, I have had struggles outside of the pool. I've been in the public eye in not the best way, and it's not fun. I mean, for me, it led me to the darkest place I've ever been in my life, not wanting to be alive anymore. And you know, for me, I'm so thankful to be able to go through some of the work that I've gone through over the last 2 years to become the person who I am today. And after some of the struggles, you know, not many people have really seen the true me. And what you're seeing today is the true me. I'm living a dream. So, you know, I'm in the best place where I could possibly be right now, and I just love life.
Mm-hmm. I was very lucky to have a coach that literally worked and thought about swimming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And he prepared me for absolutely anything, mentally, physically, emotionally, it didn't matter. Because when you go to an Olympic Games, you have to conserve your emotional energy. You know, it's an exciting place to be at, and you know, you have people from all over the world.
It's got a look at Christian Pulisic there, hasn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can kind of get sidetracked or lost in the direction that you're trying to go. So, you know, for me, it was trying to I mean, the process. I guess that's what it was. We were figuring out the process of what we had to do in order to stand.
Do you know, when you look at that, when you come out, I don't know if you have the same thing, but there's many sports where you look at like a favourite. So he was coming out against, is it Ryan Lochte, his name, the other guy who was swimming against there.
I didn't see it.
I think Lochte beat him in one of the races in the previous Olympics. But when you see like Phelps coming out, these other people, these other runners you'll see come out, you'll see, you know, for example, probably Usain Bolt's probably not the right one as well, because you encourage Usain Bolt to win and break a record. Whenever I seen Usain Bolt run, I was like, go and run like a 9.2. Go and run something crazy, because you knew he was capable of doing it. I didn't want to see him get beat. I want him to break records. But there's certain athletes, you look at them and think, I hope you get beat. They're that good, you think, I want you to get beat. And you're cheering the underdog.
You kind of that's just natural.
It's natural, but even with Michael Phelps, I didn't want to see him get beat. I wanted him to break world records. I wanted him to go on and smash world records by like mega seconds, because you knew he could. Yeah. If anyone could do it, it was him, sort of thing.
I know what you mean.
End up and be able to compete against the best in the world. So yeah, it was just the process of it all. So for me, it was easy to kind of push through it because I wanted it so bad. You know, I mean, I had these quotes, I had these goals, I had, you know, all of these things taped in my locker that I saw every day, you know, when I got out of bed. And I think the biggest thing is during the days where I didn't want to go, or I was tired, I was sore, this, that, or the other, I still went. Because if I'm going to go to practice and I'm going to get 10%, 20%, 30% out of that day, it's better than getting 0. So I was always taking steps forward, and that's why everything worked out. Is there anybody in here that likes to get up every day and goes to work and go to work every day? Like enjoys getting up super early in the morning and they're like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. There's not a single day where you guys are like, I don't want to go to work. Not a single day. I mean, I swam for over 20 years, and I can guarantee you there was probably 100 days where I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to stay in the pool or stay in my bed and not get out. But those were the days where you have to. You have to get up and do something, because I think that's really what separates the good from the great. The greats do things when they don't always want to do them.
I came back for a reason, to finish my career how I wanted to.
I mean, I guess it really started when I came out and talked about this in I guess, the lead up to Rio. I did a piece with Tim Layden on the cover of SI, and I don't know why I opened up and talked about it, but I guess I was just sick and tired of just having it inside of me for 20 plus years, and I was ready to make a change. You know, for me, for so long, I didn't have self-love, I had no self-confidence, and I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. So I just got kind of sick of it, and obviously I hit a very low point in my life where I didn't want to be alive anymore, and decided that I was going to make a change. we all go through things. We all go through struggles, right? There's probably everybody in this room that goes through struggles the same exact way, and I think that's what we all have to realize. Like, yes, like I've been successful in what I've done, but it doesn't make me superhuman. It just makes, you know, for me, I was very goal-oriented and very passionate about what I was doing and wanted to be the best. So, you know, for me, I was able to do that, but I mean, I put my pants on just like everybody else does. So it's like, you know, like it's just something that every single person goes through. And you know, for me, I was sick and tired of compartmentalizing things that I didn't want to talk about. And I just opened up. And honestly, since then, my life has become easier. The biggest thing is just being able to open up. And like I said, just understand that it's okay to not be okay. Like, none of us are perfect in this world. None of us are. So
not even Michael Phelps.
No, hell no. But just those little things that I've been able to learn and just to talk to people, like, you feel better. Yeah. You know, like for me, like I know how important mental health is in my life, and I'm finally now able to realize that working out is something that makes me a better husband, a better friend, a better father, and it's just little things like that that I've been able to learn through this whole process to make me better, make me stronger, and it is like, you know, just being able to help people, like that's all I want to do.
When I said I wanted to win 8 gold medals, basically half the people in the swimming world thought I was absolutely crazy and nobody could ever do something like that. But for me, I was somebody who believed in it and somebody who believed in the process of getting there. I knew it wasn't going to happen overnight, like I said before, but every little small thing that we did was a small stepping stone in order to even be able to have that chance and that opportunity to do what I did in 2008. Yeah, winning a gold medal is absolutely incredible. There's nothing better than standing on the podium listening to your national anthem play after you had just won a gold medal. But for me, I'm somebody who I knew that I had 7 other events after the first day. So I have to throw that in the back of my head. I got to throw that race out. Even though if I, you know, even like in 08, I broke a world record, won my first gold medal. Like, I was like, cool, like things are starting really well. So I have to put that behind me to then get ready for the next race. And on top of that, I have to make sure I'm eating the right amount, I'm sleeping the right amount, my body is as fresh as I can possibly be. So that means sitting in an ice tank, getting massages, getting stretched, all of these small things that end up adding up to the major end result. And that was something that we learned through that process. So for us, we always also tried to compare. Every day is a new challenge, right? Every day is a challenge, is a day that we can prepare ourselves even more. So for us, we would call it putting money into the bank. So at the end of the year, when we had a major international competition, we could withdraw that money that we had saved throughout the year. If you have those little small goals, those little small things that get you excited when you don't want to, it's going to make it even better and even easier at the end when you're getting ready for a presentation at the end of the year, or this or that, whatever event you're leading up to. It's going to make it so much easier. And I think if you look at the greats in anything that, in any walk of life, the greats do things when they don't always want to. And that's the separation. For me, that's what I've found. Because I can sure as hell tell you that there were days where I hated my coach. There were days where we got in fights, we got in arguments, we couldn't stand what we were doing. I would do things purposely to piss him off, but that's a different story. But you know, I think that was just really how we worked. Like, he was somebody who was so perfect for me that if I ever would have swam for anybody else, I never would have had the chance to do what I did, because he challenged me in ways and forced my mind to think differently. You know, for me as a kid growing up, I'm huge into music, and music is a big part of my life. And I'm a huge Biggie Smalls fan, and he wrote a song called "The Sky Is the Limit." And as a kid growing up, I believed that. I believed that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices, and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything.
And you still do?
I still do.
Good one.
That was a good deal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he talks about mental health there, and when you're swimming, just for those who know or don't know, our Aidan's brother, our eldest son Declan, is swimming the English Channel, which is, how many miles did he say? 26 miles you swim. It's 21 miles.
But it takes
26 because you have to swim in an arc. So he's going for that. He reckons it's going to take him, 14 to 16 hours?
Bloody hell.
And I know last week he did. There's a little video on it on our other channel, Office Bloke Daz, if you want to check it out. But where he talks about it. But I know that he did a practice swim the other day for 10 hours in the sea. And like 10 hours non-stop swimming. I can't even sit in the bar for 10 hours. You know what I mean? Even that's a struggle.
I know, right?
So I think the mental strength that you need to do things like swimming, because it's a single sport. You're on your own. You're looking down into water. You've not even got anything to look at. You know what I mean? It's proper challenging, I'd say. But it's what an amazing achievement from Michael Phelps.
I know, yeah. Maybe he is the greatest athlete in history of humanity.
What he's put his body through. I mean, he's talking there 3 years non-stop. Did he say? Was it? He trained for 3 years non-stop, 365 days a year. Every day doing that swimming. And like I say, swimmers don't swim just 100 metres to train neither.
No, he was never really like a.
He wasn't long distance, was he?
No, I was going to say the opposite.
Or was he not sprinter?
I don't think he did like 50
I can't remember off the top of my head what events he did.
I think he was more of like 200 metres.
Yeah, but most different strokes, breaststroke, butterfly.
Yeah, and then probably the longer ones.
He mentioned the 200 fly, didn't he? He said he pissed off when he lost.
He was good at butterfly, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
I don't remember him being in like any 50 metres swimming final. So
can't remember. No, but it's but in a men's athlete, nonetheless, probably like you say, probably the greatest that's ever lived. It definitely in the argument without a doubt. Let us know what you think in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.